What's a sign someone has been through a lot of shit? They don't ask for help because people have let them down a lot. Extreme self-reliance is a trauma response. The first time I read that sentence, it explained a whole lot. In social situations, they never ask people about their family, mostly because they don't want people asking them about theirs. That's a new one my wife pointed out to me. Oh, that's interesting. I usually don't ask people about their family in case it might be a negative topic for them. I don't mind being asked about mine, but I seem to automatically assume that family is a potentially negative, triggering and sensitive topic rather than small talk, so I tread with caution. They have the ability to turn to stone at the snap of a finger. Any past emotions, just gone. It's such a useful ability for when shit hits the proverbial fan. Family too stressed out to take action? Wife is crying, sister is just pacing around, and everyone in that sort of 1,000-yard stare. Just a sharp inhale away from shutting myself down and being the robot mom and dad always accused me of being. But that fucking robot figures it the fuck out. Yep, it's often the last time someone speaks to me when they finally realize I can be cold. Let me down with some lame bullshit excuse for your behavior? Get the fuck out of my life. I'm used to losing people at the drop of a hat anyway. That's it. More willing to be alone than put up with people's crap. We've become comfortable with just ourselves for company, and don't have the patience for stupid games. Stubbornly independent because they don't believe they can rely on anyone. Being called hyper-independent like I was given a choice. Or resilient. I've come to loathe that word. They are empathetic, kind and generous because they get it. Traumatic growth is something I see in quite a few of my high school students. They're very different from their peers. Can you explain what you've witnessed? They're generally way calmer, not into the whole social media craze, at least not to the same extent. They're more willing to seek knowledge for the sake of knowledge, which I think stems from a desire to understand the world. Most of the kids I'm talking about have lost a parent at a very young age, as I did. What really fascinates me is that every loss is of course experienced individually, but that post-traumatic growth is kind of universal in a way. They don't trust people and aren't surprised by weird things that people do in public. At some point it becomes normal. I'm listening to a meth head practically sing a loud-ass song in a Dollar General right now, and I'm just ignoring it. Just another Saturday at this point. Keeping themselves distant from everyone. Not opening up. Just to add to this, I will say I am fairly well qualified, having had 2 immediate family members die. I would love to talk about it, but every time somebody has got this out of me, it has been a complete conversation killer. It's one thing to have a simple heart-to-heart with a friend about some of your problems. But when you drop a nuclear bomb like that on somebody, who obviously will never have the words to help, it just makes the whole experience a catch-22. You can't navigate it. You either leave your friends wondering why you're so closed, or you completely kill a nice moment and risk receiving the unwanted sympathies when that piece of sensitive gossip inevitably spreads. It just sucks. They tend to keep a lot of information about themselves locked up for fear of it being used against them. It will get used against you. The question is when, not if. No one cares about your struggles. Everyone has their own struggles. People will listen to you but not care in a way you would expect. People pleasing, apologizing too much, internalized blame, not being fazed by terrible things and finds very little to be really shocking. A good listener, lack of boundaries. A loner, quiet, avoids people and crowds, avoids drama, doesn't really care about gossip, small talk or the mundane stuff, doesn't have much to do with family. Sometimes I wish I didn't know these things. Edit. Thanks for my biggest upvote and response yet, people. I don't feel so alone today. There are good people in this world. Keep fighting and learning every day. Unfortunately, I completely represent that remark. Extreme self-awareness is often present. Empathy and effort to understand as well. Can confirm. Daughter of a narcissist with BPD. I give myself thorough performance reviews anytime I do something wrong. Sat on the wrong side of the table at dinner. Didn't speak up when I had the chance about something. Made a joke that didn't land at a family gathering. I understand that. Normal. People don't stress over everything like that, but I can't help it. I'm always on the hunt for ways I can do better, be better. Zero tolerance for drama, bullshit, and toxic behavior. They're more likely to just walk away from friendships and relationships at the first sign. See, I thought I was weird for this, because if I meet someone I regard as a friend, I will treat them to all of my love. But the second goofy bullshit is pulled, I drop the guillotine. How fast they can flip the switch and not put up with your shit anymore. My abandonment issues are so strong that throughout dating I'd have this impressive ability to detach over a conflict, ready to walk away any given time. In my head I'd picture packing up a camping trip, wrapping up the tent and physically walking away within seconds. After 20 years as a therapist, I have seen some people who are experts at switching. Those are ones I let take time to unpack their own baggage. If I try to help, I'm gonna lose them. We lose it over little things because we aren't allowed to lose it over big things. Surprisingly reliable during high-stakes chaos, but a tiny small thing will send us spiraling for days. This I was going to say. The emotional response doesn't match the situation. Stoic and rational in actual emergencies. Going to pieces over minor setbacks. For real. Fire in the basement? Super calm. Kid can't breathe from asthma? Calm. Overcook the pasta? Might as well be the end of the world. They appreciate the tiniest things around them. They are super empathetic and kind. But they can also flip like a switch if you push too hard. Incredibly self-aware, very open about some experiences, make jokes about trauma. Enough about me. How are you doing? Always checking that you're okay, so they know they haven't done anything wrong or upset you somehow. The eyes are a pretty good indicator. Been through shit eyes, seems to be a thing. I had a VP who worked for the company I work for now. He and I could get along pretty easily on a lot of things, and he helped me with a lot. I was homeless and suicidal for many years before I had started working there, and on rare occasions, he would drop the professional act. And when he was really happy, he'd laugh a lot and hand out hugs like candy. But when it came to deep conversations about struggles, he'd become very silent, and he'd listen intensely. And he had this soft sadness to his eyes. I could tell every single thing I told him. He could understand with a depth I didn't think another person could possess. He was eventually forced to resign from his position, and he got paid a lot of money for it. I think when it came to the world of progress in a cutthroat kind of industry, he hit a ceiling and couldn't break through because he wasn't willing to exploit others to do it. I had heard some stories about his son being a real troublemaker, and his son serving some real hard time in prison. But his father remained stalwart and kind and thoughtful always. I sent him a long email about how heartbroken I was to hear he was forced to resign, and he sent me a heartfelt and encouraging text message me days later that I still have to this day. One of the last things I asked him before he left was, "So, what will you be doing now?" He looked to me with his soft eyes and said, "I think I'll do some painting." He is one of the kindest, most genuine men I've met that carries a weight only he can carry, but a weight that others who carry a weight can empathize with. Can't take a compliment because to them that's the start of manipulation. Also don't like gifts because they come with strings usually, and they aren't prepared to have something else come back at them because they accepted the gifts. This, for me, anyway, is a result of learning at an early age that love, through things like attention and positive reinforcement, can be transactional or conditional based on what I can offer back. As I read in a similar thread a while back, there's a saying that goes something like, "When you've never been fed love from a spoon, you'll learn to lick it from knives," and for me, I'm tired of looking for knives, so I've opted out of all of it. They don't like their birthdays celebrated. Hyperalertness aka hypervigilance. 1. Fixation on potential threats, dangerous people, animals, or situations. 2. An increased startle reflex, more likely to jump or be jarred by sudden sounds. 3. Dilated pupils. 4. Higher heart rate. 5. Elevated blood pressure. 6. Behavioral, obsessive, avoidance of certain situations. Sarcasm, thick skin, quick wit and dark humor. They startle easily. They are sick often. They have a collection of chronic autoimmune illnesses. They apologize for everything. They stare off into space often. They're angry and resentful. I'm going against the grain here by saying this, but as someone who has experienced child abuse and been blamed for it, and been misunderstood my entire life, yeah, I'm angry and resentful. Sorry. Action capable in tough situations. Their eyes don't sparkle, yet they are the kindest souls to anyone and everyone. Tiredness, constant exhaustion, physical or emotionally. They instantly click with other people who have been through a lot of shit before even realizing the other person has been through a lot of shit. No, seriously, it's like a sensor. A great sense of humor. You have to find a way out of the darkness, so many use humor as a coping mechanism. Someone told me I looked defeated the other day. Damn, does it show that bad? Not at all. We all have good days, bad days. Don't let people set your state of mind either. You control your destiny. People who laugh and seem happy, try to make others laugh, I believe can hide a lot of things behind that mask. What's a sign someone has been through a lot of shit? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.